They probably had torches, you know?
I'm just walking out.
Mm, she kind of follows you in. All right. Um, the thing is now on fire. There's this like it almost smells like sulfur as it lights and it burns, but you guys kind of leave. As you guys get into the alleyway, the man, one second, not Eller, Hellway, he looks towards you and he says, "What the fuck was that? You know how to cast magic?"
I'm just walking.
He grabs you and he like stops you as you're walking.
Is that unheard of?
Yes? Anyone that can cast magic joins the Tenari Order. How, where did you learn?
I don't really have to tell you that much. I just shrug off him.
Stops and looks bewildered and says,
This is also not the time. And then just walk off.
alright. With this, he agrees with you. But you guys walk and you proceed to go back to their actual encampment that they have to discuss like future operations and that kind of stuff, or to celebrate. Um, Titus, you're carrying the girl and the kid. The kid was like struggling to go with you, but you overpowered him fairly easily. He at this point lost his sword as you were carrying him as well. Um, but where do you go?
I'm gonna take them back to the barracks, the one that I've been to before.
All right, cool. You take them back, and you kind of plop them down, I guess. The kid, he looks at you and he says, "What? Why did you stop us? Oh, or why did you stop me? I could have taken them on."
I just look at the kid and say, "Even I know, not true."
What's wrong with your speech?
Not, not smart.
Well, obviously, you took me away from the battle.
If it wasn't 15-year-old, I would punch him in the face right now for being stupid. I just kind of
Tell
looked
he's
down.
being stupid then.
I tried to, in the fucking broken sand elvish, man. I just look down,
Oh,
I
that's
grab
right.
him by the shoulder, and I pick him up by it. It's gonna hurt, and I want him to know it's gonna hurt. And it's gonna be like the shoulder he wasn't using a sword with.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pick him up from the shoulder.
Mhm.
You hear a pop,
Cool. I set him
and
back
he kind of
down.
like screams out in pain.
I set him back down and say, "See, not always win." And I walk
He,
off.
he he looks at you in confusion and bewilderment and also pain. The girl, she looks up at you and you hear her, like squeak out a thanks, uh, and she's like still tearing up or whatever. Um, from one of the like the slashes that killed one of the other guards, it like splattered her with blood as well. So she's kind of sitting there, like looking at her arms that are covered in blood and whatever, and she seems to be in a bit of a shock. You just leave him in front of the barracks.
Yeah, I tell the kid. I say, go and tell, officer, I guess. I tell that to the 15-year-old. And then I look at the girl, I take out 5 coins, hand it to her and say, maybe find different work.
Um, she kind of still in shock. She doesn't really like make too many motions. Maybe she doesn't even hear what you're saying. Um, she kind of like looks up at you with like wide eyes or whatever. A couple of tears streaking down her face. But you give her the coin and she like holds out her hand and you plop it down and the coins are now kind of like bloodied in her hands as well. Um, but you leave at this point and you
Yeah.
glance back, you see the kid with the dislocated shoulder now. He picks her, or he grabs her like collar, picks her up, and starts marching her to the door. And she kind of does so involuntarily, or based off of instinct at this point, and they walk inside.
Cool.
Um,
I'm gonna go to the mayor's house, by the way.
Jumping back. Cool.
So,
Um,
just go do with
Jumping
whatever.
back
we're talking about.
to yeah, to Arctur and Fog. You guys are out of the sewers. You guys were walking. Well, Arctur, did you stay by the mage or did you?
Yep, I'm staying by the mage.
Okay. You guys get to the very top. She looks towards you, Fog, and she outstretches her hand before anyone else gets up there, motioning with the hand with the rune on it.
I outstretch it.
She places her hand on it, and you feel like a magical pulse yet again. And looking down at the hand, the rune is now gone, the scar is gone. And she says, you're free of the service. You've completed your end of the bargain, and I will uphold mine. And she smiles and kind of turns around, looking up to the sky again.
Would you care if I killed those men?
See what they do first. I think that'll be down the line for you, anyways. She turns around and she glances back down into the sewers, noticing that they're still quite a little bit behind, and she turns to you. The man, Illusin, that was with us. If you wish to complete your objective and save the kingdom of your current predicament, she smiles. It would be best to travel with them. The threads of time that I told you about earlier, well, they seem to have been unraveling because of him and his companions. If you don't want the same fate that is destined to befall your race to happen, you should stick close with them.
I will.
She gives you a slight nod. As far as the mage and the other, I'm interested to see what this ambush that they have set up for us is. Maybe root out some of the guards that have been paid to assassinate.
I'm looking forward to it.
She grins. At this point, you guys hear like some climbing up the stairs, and a few moments later, the mage, followed by Illusin, followed by the officer, come out. The mage again, out of breath, disgruntled about having to do physical work, and he instantly takes out this tome again. Looks up at Vera, and he looks down like at the pocket that she stashed the crystal in. And why did you take that crystal instead of this book? This book has ancient sorcery in it, stuff that hasn't come to light in hundreds of years. What is that crystal? To which she just kind of smiles and pretty much ignores him. And the mage, you hear the mage curse under his breath a little bit. You guys begin walking down, and
I just have no reason to
Yeah.
interact with them.
Yeah.
well, sadly, everything that he can offer you has already been offered by her, and she outranks him.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for my opportunity to break his neck. I was gonna try and kill both of them, but Fog ignored me, and I cleared my throat. So We'll just get them when we get to the ambush.
Gotcha. With this, then, you guys continue going through, and the mage at this point, he rushes up ahead and he says, "There's a shortcut up ahead to Vera." She, and then like the officer also goes in front and he says, "I'll lead the way." Vera turns towards you guys, kind of rolls her eyes, and follows after them. You guys walk for a little bit, and about 5 minutes in to this alleyway, you see her like ears twitch a little bit, and she looks up towards the rooftops. Um,
I activate my ring.
all right. Your greatsword that you were given goes out, and do you have a picture of the weapon that you have? If you can just link it.
Can my magic be dispelled now too? Because that would be awesome if it went.
So after physical exertion, the magic is usually dispelled.
All right, so skip to actually posted a comment in the YouTube video. I wasn't able to find a picture of it isolated, but if you ever played that video game, skip to like 526, I think it is.
526.
It's a pretty cool sword.
Nice.
Yeah,
That
526.
thing's enormous.
He is like 7 to 8 feet tall.
Yes, it's true. And he's gonna attack with more than just a demonic hand.
And so
Nice.
her ears
Fuck you,
twitched
that was the
up
best hand
towards
ever.
the rooftops, right?
So her ears twitched a little bit, and she looked up.
I'm going to outstretch my wings and fly up with the greatsword onto the rooftops, or at least be up there, and then look for my target and destroy it.
Awesome. You fly up, and Arctur, you see him like burst up into the air before anything happens, transforming from the sandal form into. I linked you the picture earlier. Or do you want to describe it, Franco?
I have the link ready. It's just a colorized picture of something else, but it's
Yeah,
what
I
look
linked
like.
it.
No, don't do it. Don't
What?
look at that.
Oh, do you have a
It's
new
the-
one?
It's the wrong color.
Do you have a new one?
It's in Roll20.
Oh, okay.
It's just a colorized version of that.
Nice Photoshop. All right, give me a second. Let me save image, and I'll give this as your main token. But as you fly up, you see like 4 startled people on one side, and then 4 on the other. That kind of like gasp, and they all take their bows, and they quickly they point them up towards you instead of Vera, and they all kind of like release some shots, but they're all down there. What do you do as you see 8 arrows flying towards you?
I just dive down out of the direction of the ones from one side,
Mhm.
and kind of block the rest with my sword as I crash down on these 4 archers.
Cool. I'm gonna just say make me a con then, if you're blocking from one side, and then make me a dex as well.
Fuck.
That was your con?
Starting it off strong, the double ones.
Make me your dex. Nice. Yeah,
Mark
mark some
XP.
XP.
Mark XP.
It's just 1 point.
Yeah,
Just 1 point.
3 arrows or 4 arrows from the side hit you as you try to raise up your sword to deflect them. They go right past. Mark or roll me a d6 plus 3.
Do you even take any damage?
What did you roll?
Yes.
6. Yeah, you do. Well, fuck. Let me figure out your armor really fast. You take 1 damage.
Okay.